Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red flag.
Cheers to you.
Desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Loser
you.
power.
Love you like I love you.
Wine.
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Ill-advised. This is ill-advised. Hi, Biffs.
Hello.
And welcome.
Welcome to
A
Ill-Advised.
podcast where two best friends tell you what to do when someone else already has.
Like your cousin.
And not her dog walker.
Listen,
Listening.
I literally was going to say dog babysitter.
Your dog sitter.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, that just doesn't really make sense to anyone else. It made sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a dog in front of us.
Yeah.
Which is why I said dog walker.
It's fucking
Yeah. I mean, think about it. We're opening the episode, so not that we need an excuse to make sense.
Which is why we're here.
Which is why we started a podcast. But at the beginning of something doesn't need to make sense, period.
I know, but
This is where people establish whether or not they like us.
right. I was just explaining my change of
I thought
course.
you were upset about your change of course.
No, I was like,
I should have.
had I said my dog sitter,
Uh-huh.
then you would have been like,
Yep, I would have been
Exactly.
like, because I didn't want to be the same as you.
Yeah.
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 Well, then thank you for paving the way for my liberty, Yankee Doodle.
I want macaroni.
Fuck you. But that sounds great. But we're not doing anything pasta related because we're having Mexican after this.
Ooh.
I know. Isn't
Don't
that
tell
excited?
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh.
Or do.
I don't know. I think I want to get yelled at by Gordon Ramsay. I think okay.
As long as we're not in the kitchen.
I'm just no slouch in the kitchen, I'm going to say, but I really just want to fuck shit up in there. Like I want to fry something in olive oil so he can punch me in the face.
And tell you that you're despicable.
Uh-huh. So I could be like, you're so hot.
Yes, Daddy, tell me more.
Yes, exactly. So that when I go and
Do I
cry,
put
it's
cheese
because I'm turned
in my
on and
mac
can't
and
do
cheese?
anything about it. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. I want to put I just want to fuck it all up.
I want him to fuck it all up too.
It's so weird
It's
though,
so
because
weird.
he's not.
He's blonde.
Yeah. Oh,
We don't
that's
like
reason enough for me
blondes.
to stay away from
Yeah.
that. Although lately,
Although my ex of like 10 years is blonde. So.
is he blonde?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he dye his hair?
No.
So my memory's fucked.
The real Slim Shady stood up.
Oh, I don't know where you're going with
No.
this.
Oh,
I need you to. Did the curtains match the drapes or
no.
no?
It's not like a blonde. It's like a dirty blonde.
I don't.
It's like
remember
light
that.
hair and blue eyes. I'm like,
Okay.
give me all the dark hair and all the dark eyes.
Oh, I'm all about give me all the dark hair and all the light eyes.
The light eyes. Yeah,
Although recently
I
I
don't-
found myself very attractive to dirty blondes. This is very recent.
we know, Biff.
You do?
Dirty, filthy.
Oh, yes. Then I want muddy blondes. Fuck dirty blonde. I want them. You know what? I'm gay. It's not funny anymore.
Ew!
How did you not go there?
I don't, because I wasn't putting the gay part together.
Oh, well, that's a first.
Muddy.
And how you doing, Beth?
Actually, much better that I have been with you for the last 2-3 hours.
Oh,
I was in a rush to
honored.
like hurry up and be with my best friend today. That's how I'm doing.
I was in a
That's why I
rush for
showed
my
up
best
with
friend to
just
get here.
eyebrows on. and we only had eyebrows on
Oh my
because I
God.
had to stop to get gas. Otherwise, I would have been here in all my glory.
Fucking can't.
But you know that's the truth.
It means something to me when you show up having to do the rest of your face.
Yes. That was like I literally have to shower today. That's all I wanted. And then it's like, no, I gotta get gas too. So I at least need eyebrows. So that's what we're doing.
It's
we're
funny
showering and doing eyebrows.
because it's not that I didn't want you to be here, but I was like, I hope she takes her time so I can finish trimming my chest.
I know. I showed up and you were like, that bitch is here already. I was like, you fucking told me to come early.
I know. I also told you to let me know when you were on your way.
I know, but I thought I did because I
didn't.
said all I had to do was fix my eyebrows, pack the car, get gas, and I'll be there.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if you know
you're perfect at my time language.
Yes, when you tell me you're on your way.
No, when I tell you I'm leaving in 10.
Oh, then I know you're leaving in 15.
If I'm great
Actually,
that
no,
morning.
you're better at time than I am. I can't.
No,
I'm in no position to be a hypocrite.
You're not being a hypocrite. You just know when I say leaving in 20, that means like maybe an hour if I'm on my shit.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
But you literally spelled out what you were doing today.
I know. And you're great at my, okay, it takes her half hour to do her eyebrows, half hour to do mascara.
Uh-huh.
But we're not doing that today. So probably 10, 15 for eyebrows. And then carrying stuff down to the car and stopping to get gas. So.
It was the carrying stuff for the car that gave me more time.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be a couple trips.
It would have been. But I am a mom.
Oh, right. So you packed your womb.
Figure that out in one trip.
Or that.
There's never multiple trips as a single mother.
Oh. Okay,
because if there's multiple trips, we ain't doing it.
It's so fucking
it
true.
It can stay in the car.
My car's right there.
It can stay
outside of my garage. And I'm like, no.
In
fact,
we can even leave the refrigerable stuff in the cars now.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So there's definitely not more than one trip.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am with that because this is the time of year that I go to the grocery store before I pick up one.
Yes.
Yes.
See?
Yesterday, you and I had plans to be the best friends we were like 4 years ago. So yesterday when I was leaving,
why I was in a rush to see you today.
Guilt. Yeah, I agree. And so Colin, I'm just kidding.
As if it was my choice.
So Colin took like, because I don't have anything at my house, my house that I bought that's sitting there waiting to finish being fixed. But I packed up like the pillows and the blankets, and I had like bags. And I really thought yesterday Colin was trying to get rid of me because I came downstairs and everything was in the car. And I was like, I only have to make one trip.
Best boyfriend ever.
I know, best boyfriend ever. He was like, bye.
Bye.
I know, he couldn't wait until today until he was on his way to the airport.
He even left early.
I know.
Bye.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
He's like, you came early last night, so I'm leaving early today.
Yes, seriously. Oh, but yes, that's all.
I'm dying to try this wine.
Oh, you want some wine?
I just want to really try it because the bottle is so cute.
It is really cute.
It looks like it's just not going to disappoint. And
listen, you had 3 choices today and you chose this one.
I did.
So if it's bad, I want you to know.
It's not my fault because you purchased it.
I purchased 3 and we had one of them and it was really good.
Yes.
Before we got here.
Yes. Also, we would have gotten to this one at some point.
Yes, maybe after.
So that may not have been my fault.
Lunch, dinner, lunch.
Dinner.
So, wine.
Huh.
This week's wine is a rosé. It's a really cute bottle. It's really cute. It actually
is super cute.
It reminds me of the 90s in some way. Maybe it's the color palette.
The bubblegum pink.
Maybe.
And the
But there are flappers on it from the 20s.
Yeah.
So.
This was when women were, I'm going to get fired.
Yes, you are.
I'm just going to stop pulling my head.
We're discovering their liberation.
This is when women were women. That's where my brain went.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're good with that.
That was the
white
stereotypical
your chauvinistic bullshit.
Women.
Okay.
The stereotypes where home cooking and cleaning, and that's what the time frame of the image is. Remind me of.
Okay.
If I can save myself from the cross that I'm
actually, I don't think you're on a cross. I think I would disagree in saying that this was even a little bit before that, when women were trying to find some sort of liberation, looking for voting rights,
Let me see
wearing shorter dresses. That's the 20s, right? Flappers.
It really is flappers.
Yeah.
See, I thought the women's stuff was
50s.
way after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way after. When were flappers?
20s.
So I'm confused. When were women like, you belong in the kitchen?
Oh, probably still today, up until today,
Well,
depending on where you're at.
Right,
no,
right,
but the 50s was that housewife, that stereotype housewife. Where
so the 20s, women were
trying to be more liberated. It was like prohibition. So if you saw a flapper, you were probably in a bar that wasn't supposed to be a bar. You know what I mean? Like alcohol wasn't legal and all that other shit. So it was just defiance. Plus, they were probably 16.
It was defiance prior to.
Oh, yeah. Defiant women exist all through time.
No, for sure.
You're like, yes, I am here.
Yes, we do exist. But I meant that, like, your only right and your only job is to, like, be home in the kitchen and taking care of these things.
I think it was still the case here, but I think the flapper was a phenomenon. Like, that's why they
but
have
then
a name.
we went backwards
No,
to the 50s, where like now we're all housewives, and like that's the
no. I think the flapper era was women who were fitting that during the day and at night. If they like, I don't know exactly. I'm just putting it out there. My thought train.
Me either.
I don't want to get hanged. I don't want to say hung. That's wrong, right? Because already, but
because you are hung.
yes.
You mean?
And so I think that we're just gonna drink this.
Read the bottle.
The Pale.
The Pale
Rosé by Sasha Lachine.
Sasha Fierce.
No, sorry. Oh, it's a French rosé. This was not on purpose. When I seek out French wine, I seek out French wine. I just took this out of the refrigerator.
KB.
I don't.
French wine.
If I took this out of the refrigerated section. Vin. Oh, fuck. Where's Colin?
Where's your accent?
Vin de Padova. I don't wine of insert all the words here.
Got it.
No idea. Welcome to the soiree, where everyone's drink of choice is a deliciously dry rosé that makes all others pale in comparison.
Oh,
who's
clever.
For a glass of the pale? I believe we be. It's a 2022 BT Dubs. So I appreciate that this isn't like full-fledged pink. It's more like rose gold.
Yeah.
It's cute. Oh, it smells really good. If we don't like this, it's your fault.
You're the one who bought it. Love it. You're not coughing because of the wine.
I'm coughing because wrong hole.
I knew it. You gays.
All
Can't
those
get
years.
your holes right.
Thought I got it right. Hole in one. Wrong sport.
Hole in two.
Number 2.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I'm pissed that I love it because I
knew
it was going to be. I thought it was going to be horrible.
I knew from the bottle this wasn't going to disappoint.
You did. You called it before.
All the other rosés pale in comparison.
It's actually true because
it is
this
great.
is like it's almost like champagne without the.
I was going to say it's like almost not a rosé.
Yeah, like a Prosecco sans fizz.
Okay.
Did you taste it?
Let's see.
Is this the third one?
Yep.
All right.
I love it.
I love it.
5.
Well, there's the answer to that.
5.
Cinque. I have no tasting notes, so I'm not going to say I can pick this out. Maybe some peach, but that's it.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
I love it.
You just, is it good or is it bad?
It's a 5. I'll go out of my way to find this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And luckily for you, I know where to find it.
Oh, good.
And if you take a 2-minute detour, it's on your way home.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's all.
Perfect.
Questions?
Comments?
Concerns?
Yeah, I do have some concerns.
Well, so do I. But I'm going to stick to comments because I'm known for being a snide ass bitch.
We have concerns with this week's columnist.
Yes. You know I have concerns with this week's columnist. We're picking up where we left off last week,
We did
as
not
promised.
love... Can I even say this?
I said Cary
We
Tennis.
did not love Cary.
We did not.
From salon.com.
But we loved the question titles. We have to be honest about that.
We did find some questions that were like, we really
We need to do these. Watch us love Cary today.
I'll be shocked.
Double shocked. Shocked.
So yeah, we are picking up from the questions that we did not get to last week. Even though we did not agree. This is from 2012, May 15th. Babysitters got a rap sheet. I thought my daughter was safe until I checked with the police.
Babysitter has a rap sheet?
Babysitters got a rap sheet.
You don't do a Corey check before you hire someone to take care of your baby?
Thank you.
What? I would be like on care.com where they make you do that shit. Right? They make you do that shit. Didn't your sister care.com?
I tried to care.com.
And I wouldn't trust you either. But
I never went back on it.
You may have been recruited, but you're like, meh.
Right. They were just like, okay, guess
I
not.
have enough.
Yeah. I mean, could be like my close friend. Like we use her for a sitter. So you should just call her too.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
That would probably be how I end up with a babysitter who's got a rap sheet.
Yes.
because my
your
friend was like, because my friend was like, oh my God, she's been babysitting my kids for years. She's great.
Rule of thumb
So
between
like,
the two of us,
perfect.
if I don't recommend it, it's probably not okay.
It's probably not okay. You're just officially my unofficial lawyer who can't help me in the court
unofficially your
system.
good friend.
Call my lawyer so he can call a lawyer. I don't know how
But
that
it's
hasn't
true.
happened yet.
Oh my, just fucking go.
Dear Cary, this problem has been eating away at my brain and heart for a while. I cannot decide what to do. I know your answer will help me, even if you also don't see a clear answer. This is why they ended up with a babysitter with a rap sheet.
That's it.
One of my children was recently diagnosed with a rare disease. This is not the problem, but helps to explain how I developed a close, trusting friendship with the mother of a child with the same disease. She has helped us so much and has given good medical advice and emotional support. She also works as a babysitter. For us, the arrangement was perfect. This kind, well-informed person needs money, and we need her special medical skills. For months, my husband and I considered her the only possible babysitter.
Okay, so she's got medical skills. Did I miss that, whether or not she's a nurse or a doctor? Before I have to ask you this question when we're answering it.
Trusting friendship with the mother of a child with the same disease.
Okay, so she just has experience.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
The kid's probably older. Recently, we were tipped off through the school PTO grapevine that she has a criminal record and is an addict, and that stories about her have appeared in the town paper, and also that she has been banned from volunteering in the school because of this. I didn't believe it, but asked a librarian if there was a way to find out. The librarian gave me a link to a criminal records database for our state. All I had to do was type in her name. A long list of arrests came up for both the babysitter and her spouse. Most were driving without a license or marijuana possession.
Is it because you were reading it wrong or because you wanted to say marijuana?
Because I was reading it wrong.
Okay.
Because I said I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
There is no emphasis on the J.
Marijuana. There were 2 for domestic violence. I called our police station to ask if I could find out more about someone's arrest on a domestic violence charge. I explained I wanted to know if a rumor about the babysitter is true. The police gave me a copy of one of the domestic violence case documents. The date was just over a year ago. Pretty bad. She and her husband were beating each other up in front of their kids. Blood was splattering all over the kids' toys. They were swearing at each other. The mugshot was awful. I guess mugshots usually are, but she doesn't look at all like the person I know. I mean, it's definitely her, but she has a weird look in her eyes. This is as far as I got with what to do. I'm not comfortable having her as a babysitter. Whether that's right or wrong, I am okay with my decision. I know some people might focus on her kindness and think she has moved on from her troubles, especially since there's no record of arrests within the year. I got halfway to this. I am ethically required to tell the people I recommended her as a babysitter to about this. I've got some of them, but only the ones I trust to not gossip. Do I need to tell everyone? I am completely stuck on this. Should I tell her what I know? Would she want to know? Would it be just as rude and unnecessarily confrontational of me to bring it up? She still thinks we're friends, and I guess we are, but I have stopped asking her to babysit, obviously, and also have stopped asking her for medical advice. I never reach out to anyone anymore. She is a nice person. She's kind and smart. Her arrests are from over a year ago. Should I, as her friend, let her know that the PTO Grapevine is sharing her criminal record info with the rest of the town? Thank you for reading and considering my question. I value your advice. Need a new sitter.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You found out that your quote unquote friend may be a danger to your child.
Not just friend, babysitter. Who you became close with.
Right. Maybe a danger to your child. And you're wondering if you should tell her that the PTO was spread. I feel like the priority is a little skewed here.
No, because she stopped having them as a babysitter.
Right. But I feel like the question should be like, should I stop telling my friends that I referred her to?
That was also one of the questions.
Oh, so I missed that. And I'm just going to sit here and...
It was a long story.
It was a long question.
I mean, it wasn't that long, but I mean, I can get why you...
Just give me the abridged version.
I don't know what that means.
The short version.
I gave you as short as I could.
So she wants to know if she should tell her that the PTO is giving this information. I guess if this is your friend and you haven't told her about your decision to no longer employ her as a babysitter, my response would be like, are you ready to tell her that this is why she's not babysitting anymore? Right?
This is as far as I got with what to do. I am not comfortable having her as a babysitter. Mm-hmm. Whether that's right or wrong, I'm okay with my decision.
Okay, good for you.
I got halfway to this. I am ethically required to tell the people I recommended her as a babysitter to about this. Mm-hmm. Do I need to tell everyone? And also, I am completely stuck on this. Should I tell her what I know? Would she want to know? Or would it just be rude and unnecessarily confrontational for me to bring it up? So that was like a 3-part question.
Okay, I get it. And I think I have a response to this.
So it's like I stopped having her babysit. Now I'm stuck on, should I tell my friends that I said, hey, you should call her, she's great. And also, should I tell her, BT dubs, that entire school is talking about you? Mm-hmm.
This is a very hard situation.
This is fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Yeah, all throughout this question, you're referring to her as your friend and you as her friend.
Here's where I went immediately.
Rich bitches.
Yes. So here's where I went to next to immediately. Your kids come first. Mm-hmm. No arguments here, right?
Right.
And so I think that if you have a concern for your child and have referred this person to other parents, that it is your obligation as someone who has referred this person to let them know, but also B, do you want someone taking care of children, period, who you don't want taking care of yours?
Yeah, I think that's the dilemma.
But I think to me, like, it's to elicit the answer no.
So you think that they do have an obligation to?
I think so too. I think so. I do believe that, because you're not out there to ruin anyone's life. Let me put that out there. You're not doing this to spite her, but you are doing this for the same reasons you're doing it for yourself. And it's to spare or help any future issues that may occur. If this was less than a year ago and she has a mugshot, the police found some sort of fault in her. Whether or not it's founded or not, they're going to find out eventually, especially if your kids go to the same school. Do you want to be in a position where these parents no longer trust you for referring a criminal that you no longer have your children or have watched by your children, rather? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like you're kind of trying to save yourself in the long run, which you are. But I don't want, if I referred someone to watch someone's kids and found out that I'm no longer going to be comfortable doing that myself,
you're going to let them know.
I have to.
How about, are you going to tell her that you're...
I also feel like I have to. If I'm referring to this person as my friend. Okay. Yes, you are my friend. I'm not trying to ruin your life, but I do have to look out for number one as a human being. And yes, if we were in the hood, we take care of each other. And maybe that's where they are. But let's be real. Like, we need to take care of ourselves first. And this is part of it. I am risking my reputation by risking yours, by risking that you're like, okay to take care of whatever. And maybe you are. Maybe you've turned over a new leaf. Maybe baby daddy's out of the picture. Whatever your situation is.
Maybe there was no leaf to turn over.
Maybe not.
Devil's advocate.
Maybe not. No, I actually agree with you. Maybe there is no leaf to turn over.
Maybe she was in a toxic, abusive relationship.
Yep. I agree with you.
And all it takes is her being fed up, or I'm done letting you abuse me, so I'm finally fighting back. Mm-hmm. And now she has a record.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. But there's still that risk. If she's
already been babysitting your child and there has been no issues, and you would never have a concern had the school's PTO gossip train told you, oh my God, she's got a record.
Yeah.
You had no issues prior. That's kind of shitty as a friend.
Yeah, it is kind of
as
shitty
a friend, not as a I don't know you.
Third party stranger.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were recommended to me. I found you on care.com, whatever.
Right.
As a friend, that fucking sucks.
It sucks.
Because not only am I firing you from trusting you with my own children, but now I'm backtracking you and me to the people I recommended you to.
Yep.
And also now I'm telling you that this is what I'm doing because PTO's gossip group fed me this information. So now not only do you lose me and watching my kids, but any future opportunities. And the school is going to just confirm. Yep, see?
Yep. Here's where I think this person
But I'm calling you friend the whole time.
Here's where I think this person went right, is rather than just go based on what the PTO told them, they went and did research.
Their research was police records.
Yeah.
Look at my police records.
Well, okay.
And everyone and their moms knows that I'm
here's the difference.
Not only great with your kids, but...
Well, the difference is that you're my friend. I've known you for 20 years. And I know everything about you.
You know my situations.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I know your situations, and I know that this isn't something that is regular that I have to know about. The way that I get the information from this question is this is somebody that became my friend as a result of our children. and she watches them or whatever. But I'm at where I'm at. I no longer feel comfortable with this person watching my children.
Based off of shit you don't know anything about.
It doesn't matter. Either I'm comfortable or I'm not. I don't need to know A to Z. I just need to trust myself to be able to ensure my child's care. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I need to trust myself as a parent. And what risks are you willing to take? And this is different for every parent. Some parents may not think that this is a risk. And I respect that. Some parents may think that this is a huge risk, especially first-time parents, for example, or parents who are trying to come out of a situation where, like, for example, like you and I grew up, or like we're in the hood. We don't want this for our kids. And so, like, you know what I mean? It's all circumstantial, but whatever. I think what this person, when they said, like, you know, I trust my decision, is trusting their instincts as a parent. And I need to respect that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Here's where I disagree.
Go ahead.
Fucking talk to them first.
Oh, I don't think I agreed to an order of operations. I just...
I this information just came to me. Mm-hmm. What's up with that?
Yeah.
What happened? What's going on? Right? Mm-hmm. You can get a great read from her saying, yeah, I was in a super shitty situation for a long time and I finally got out of it and I'm doing this or doing that. Or, yeah, my boyfriend's a dickhead and he blamed me. And you know what I mean? Yeah. You can get the read from, okay, you may or may not be toxic and somebody who I actively now am feeling concerned about. Yeah. Or you got stuck in a shitty situation and I'm fucking proud of you for getting out of it. And we're good. Mm-hmm. But instead, you took the gossip train, fired her as a babysitter, and now am questioning, first of all, should I tell everyone else first? Second of all, do I tell her?
I'm torn because this
is my friend.
As far as I know, this isn't my instantly. Friend of... But it's like, it's not my friend of 20 years, for example.
But it said, as her also, friend, do I need to tell her that I'm sabotaging her?
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes. If you're calling her your friend, you need
That's what I'm saying.
Her.
Why aren't we immediately saying, girl, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, maybe. But I also have this thing in my head, like actually, I also don't know this. So let me put this out there before I say something that's going to totally incriminate me. I don't know this, but if you're not going to pass a query, do I want you watching my children? Although, like I said, I don't know that she wouldn't, because as far as I know, there's no conviction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know that, but that's another thing that I would put in my head. Here's the thing. If I don't feel comfortable, period.
She's not your friend.
Without research, she's not your friend.
First of all, if you're questioning whether you didn't know something that you knew prior to, she's not your friend. If I'm questioning, if I find out some new information and now I'm questioning you in general, especially with my own children, you're not my friend. You're an acquaintance that I've known for X amount of time.
I disagree with that because I think that you can have a friend and then not have one. I think that you can be friends and just be like, okay, I no longer trust you, so maybe we're not friends anymore.
But we're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to hear
I'm not
something.
saying that. I think
that's how this situation is.
But I'm not saying that. I'm just, to your point, to what you just said, like there is a point where like sometimes friends are just aren't friends anymore. But yes, I agree with you. If you are my friend, I need to fucking open my mouth. I hear
about this.
I need to open my fucking mouth.
And I don't go to you. We're not friends. We're not friends.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying, but I also think like I hear this, then I go to the police records and...
No, if you're my friend, I'm going to you first.
Yeah, I don't know.
If something feels off about that, if you feel like you're lying to me, if it feels fishy, yes, then I'm going to continue and be like, girl, look, it is what it is. I'm sorry, I love you. But for me personally, as a mom, as a woman, as a whatever, this isn't sitting right.
Before you do any research?
No, if I bring this up and they just kind of, oh, well, you know, if their response doesn't feel right or you know what I mean? Just that like instinct where it's like you're full of shit or I don't trust this, then I'm going to, all right, well, listen.
Are you basing it based off of that feeling, although you're not doing any research or anything like that?
I'm going to confront you first. See how that feels. See if I feel like you're being genuine. See if I feel like there was something more that I didn't know of, whatever that is. If it doesn't feel right, if I'm not like, oh, okay, I'm sorry I brought it up, essentially, then I'm going to, hey, some things have come to me. You know, I told you, you know, I recommended her to you, but, you know, here's some new information. Do with it as you would, please.
That's fascinating because we are going to the same place using different methods where I'm like, is this worth bringing up? Well, look it up first.
Yeah, but she already, didn't bring it up, didn't confront her first.
Well, that's my point.
And then saying the rest.
Well, right.
I think first and foremost, it needs to be discussed.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think that it's where you're feeling it. I don't think there's a wrong or a right answer in terms of that. I don't think it's like it should be discussed first or you should research it. You like center yourself. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think you and I are going to the same place using different methods. Like you're like, I'm going to go discuss it with her. I'm going to bring it up to her first. And I'm saying, I want to bypass her altogether because I don't think this is worth more than it is, or I don't want it to be worth more than it is. And so I'm going to look into it. So I don't feel like I need to discuss this with her. I want to invalidate it.
Yeah, but then are you going to be telling the people you recommended her to and telling her
I would
the
think
PTO
that would be you.
is
I think that's you. I think that this is a hard question to answer. First of all, doesn't matter where you're coming from with this, but I would like to think in the perfect world that if you don't feel you're comfortable with a person, doesn't matter who they are, watching your children that you've referred to, that you would give them the same courtesy to make that choice. Maybe not give them information that you are unsure about.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just think it's bizarre to make these situations without even confronting her.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Let me put it that way.
I do.
I think it depends. I think if you have hard evidence to confront someone.
What's hard evidence?
You know what I mean?
Because the cop said it?
If she was convicted, that would be something. It would be something else.
There was domestic violence charges, and you know what I mean. There's just way too much to that.
Honestly, I think to answer this question specifically and to just be outright honest, if you are not comfortable, doesn't matter where you heard it or how you heard it, you need to trust yourself.
Absolutely.
When it comes to your kids.
I agree there.
And really that's it. Do you need to tell other parents? Again, if you are not comfortable with someone watching your children, are you comfortable with that person watching someone else's children?
I think you're better fit to answer that after you confront her.
I don't think a confrontation is necessary. I don't think confronting someone is going to make me as a parent feel better about you watching my children.
As a friend, yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I probably could have domestic shit on my things. I had an abusive baby dad for years. Mm-hmm. And there has been times, yes, that I fucking lost my shit and fucking, you know what I mean? Retaliated or whatever you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so now all of a sudden I have a new friend and I'm helping out with their kids or whatever. And they're like, oh, girl, you have weed on your record and domestic violence. Yes. I was abused for years and lashed back twice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But if we don't have that conversation and you're just running around and now you're telling everyone else what you just heard about me, just like you heard about me, that sucks. And you're not my friend.
It sucks. But whether it's on the mom or the dad's part, blood being splashed all over the place, all over the kids' toys,
that does not make you less
I know that, but I don't know if he's coming back or not coming back, if she did it, if she didn't. I don't know that information.
I agree with that.
I need to trust me.
You don't feel comfortable with me watching
So I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
No, I know.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying as a parent,
right.
if I don't feel comfortable,
yes,
this is where it's at.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if I confront you or not. If I confront you and you tell me your story, if I don't trust you, I'm still going to make the same call. If I trust you, but trusted the story first, I'm going to feel a certain way anyway. If this person isn't undeniably the person you want watching your child, what is your risk as a parent making that call that this isn't right?
I agree with that. I don't agree with the rest of the questions.
Where it's like telling the other people.
Yeah. Not without having that conversation first.
I see that.
I agree 100%, and I never will not disagree with your parent instincts ever. Never. I don't care if it sounds bizarre. If people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, that's your parent intuition. That's your parent instinct. Go with that. I will never disagree with that. I think the rest, without a conversation first, is shitty as a friend.
Yeah. No, I agree and I disagree. Because
I know.
It's just an internal struggle, to be honest with you. I think that I would feel, as someone who referred you, that I would have an obligation to tell the other parents.
I think if there's no concerns other than, oh my God, I heard through word of mouth, all these things, then it's not my place.
I would just have a hard time saying,
if I had zero issues and then all of somebody said, well, she's got a record and she's got weed charges.
I don't think that's a thing anymore, but I'll go
prior
with it.
to that, I had no hesitations or is this the right, should I be leaving my child with them? There was no qualms, no issues, no nothing. And then my kid's fucking PTO was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I would agree with that if it was just weed charges, but there are articles spelling out blood being everywhere.
Domestic violence.
But specifically blood in front of the kids, like things happening.
Kids' toys.
I don't care
not in front of the kids.
But didn't they say they were in front of the kids?
No, that blood splattered on children's toys.
But I thought there was something in there that said that things happened while kids were present. I may be wrong, but that's just clicking in my head.
Just on the kids' toys. I'm gonna double check. She and her husband were beating each other up in front of their kids. Yeah. Blood was splattering all over the kids' toys.
I don't care if he did it, you did it, if you're a victim, if he's a victim. I don't care about that. If my kid is exposed to that and I referred you to other parents, I feel...
But why is your kid going to be exposed to that?
What?
If
apparently it doesn't matter if their kids are exposed to it. So what's to make my kids...
If I'm offended that you, knowing what I've experienced in my life, would put that on her still.
I'm not putting it on her. This isn't against her at all. My decision is not about her. Yeah. My decision is about my kid. And it may offend her, and I want to say that I'm sorry, but I have to make a decision for my kid.
I know, but what does things like that happening in front of her own children have to do with yours?
If I'm somebody who is counting on you to watch my kid, if it happens in front of your kid, whether it's under your control or not, what's it to stop it from happening in front of my kid?
But if my boyfriend showed up to my house and beat the shit out of me in front of our own kid, what does that have to do with if I'm babysitting with your kid?
Were you babysitting at the time?
It's my own kid. Is it just
happenstance?
It's my own child. I was home with my own child.
Yeah.
And my abusive boyfriend showed up and beat the shit out of me.
Where is it in there that says that it can't happen any other time? It's a risk.
Okay.
I want to also clarify that this is somebody that we don't know that they've known for 20 years, or
but
that they
still said friend.
They don't know if they're I also don't know, based on this question and the points that you've made too, if they're friend or friend. But I don't know. I have to be completely honest. I need to trust myself as a parent, which we've already gotten there.
Yeah.
And I also can't put myself in a position where I feel like I've put someone else's kid in a position. You know, it's one thing to make your decision based off of something far left or something far right for you and for your family. But if it's that decision could impact other people, could I sleep with myself at night? Maybe it's a selfish decision. Maybe. But I also need to be okay with another person making it through. Like what you've been through and all that stuff, I'm never going to discredit that and put that on you. But I have known you for far too long to do that. And if I do that, shame on me. But for somebody who I describe as a quote friend, simply because our children have gone through the same things, and it seems pretty recent based on this question, you said it yourself, like, are we really friends? We're friends, but are we friends? Are we there? Are we upholding each other to that degree, to that standard? You know, I think it's different. It's very circumstantial. So that's why I'm saying, like, based on this question alone, I have to, if I'm going to make the decision for me and I have referred this person, I'm putting myself at risk, my credibility, my reputation. I have to trust myself to be able to make that right call for me and for others. But if this person is a close friend, then maybe it is worth a conversation first. Just in the context of this question, it doesn't seem like a best friend or somebody that, you know, I'm very close with. Just seems like someone I bonded with, and I've made a decision already. I'm not close enough with them to trust them with, you know, like they said, they're okay with their decision to no longer let this person watch them.
Right.
Doesn't sound like
not
they
okay enough to have a conversation with them about it. I guess I'm taking it personal as somebody who's gone through domestic violence and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I could never.
I think that because I haven't, I'm able to separate this situation from what I've experienced, but I've witnessed, you've experienced. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm able to separate it in a different way.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gone through it.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God. But also to the detriment of this question and this person. I just, honestly, I'm sticking to, I'm a parent. I don't trust you. Therefore, you're no longer my friend. Let's put that out there. Yes.
Yeah.
You were my friend. You're no longer my friend. I don't trust you.
Because of what my school PTO said.
If I don't trust you, that's it. Like, let's just be real about a friendship.
You're basing the trust off of what school PTO says. You're not even having a conversation with them. Not even one.
No.
That's bizarre. Now all of a sudden I don't trust you. You're not watching my kids no more. And I'm telling everyone else. Mm-hmm. Before I even chit chat with you.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily fucked. If I don't trust you and I've referred you, then
because of what you heard.
And the research I've done with police and court records.
Because we know police.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to argue about it. I'm just giving you my honest, like,
I know.
I guess
I'm just
response.
Surprised.
I know that you're feeling a certain way, but I grew up in a house of domestic abuse too.
I know.
Recorded.
So I guess I'm surprised.
And I don't feel like my answer is wrong. I don't feel like my response is necessarily right either. I'm going off of my feeling.
I'm just surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
That there's no.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I'm not. I know. We're all. I agree that your feeling as a parent is above and beyond anything else before friendship. And should we see what Cary sounds?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm nervous. I don't want to see what Cary says. Dear, need a new sitter. When you ask your daughter where she picked up that new vocabulary and she says, it's prison lingo, Mom.
I'm already done with this response.
Kind of funny inside.
Nope.
So I completely understand your decision to stop using this babysitter.
Can you stop reading this response? I know that I wasn't on board with the whole telling the fucking, or whatever everyone is going to hear when I'm done cutting this episode. But I already fucking hate this response. Oh, there's more.
There's just something about the person who's making sandwiches in the kitchen while your kids are watching TV that doesn't go with quote unquote mugshot. Generally, when I find out someone has an arrest record, I give them the benefit of the doubt. But parents are funny. They're really touchy about who tucks their kids in at night. While they're out having dinner, they like to imagine some clean, scrubbed honors student doing their homework on the couch while the kids are watching TV or tucked into nice, clean, warm beds. So yeah, sad as it is, I think you got to be the snitch. You got to drop a dime on this character. You got to tell. Seriously, you may be depriving this person of work, but hey, Buddhists say we ought to seek our right livelihood. Babysitter isn't the right livelihood for this person. Nobody loves a snitch, but your reputation would suffer more if it came to light that you knew about this and didn't tell anyone.
Okay, stop for 2 seconds. We have a choice to decide our own livelihood.
It's like you're endangering their kids, so tell. I'm sorry, I had to slip that in. It's like you're endangering their kids, so
this doesn't address your feeling as a parent. Let's just go there. It doesn't address that at all. And to like prison lingo, the first, are you done reading that? Mm-mm. Can you not read the rest of it?
There's one more paragraph.
Oh, that's all? There's enough damage in that response.
Oh no.
There's more.
There's more.
Great.
Domestic violence is a definite no-no for a babysitter. Sure, she's innocent until proven guilty. But a babysitter can't afford to even get arrested for such a thing. It's a well-understood professional liability and a common sense deal breaker. She should find a new line of work that's not, quote unquote, domestic anything. Yep. Should you say it or should I?
Cary's a Republican.
Cary's a piece of shit. Judgmental fuck.
That was awful.
That was his real response.
I don't even need to defend where I was coming from as in response to that. Like, I think that was disgusting.
That was so fucking ignorant. So fucking ignorant.
There was nothing about reflecting on yourself as a parent. There was no emotion. There was no justification. There was no validation. None.
There was judgy,
condemnation.
There
was just like, go fuck that.
Nobody likes a snitch, but you know what? She's worse than a snitch, so you need to tell people.
No. This is why this column's over.
Thank God.
Listen, a part of this is entertainment value, but also I honestly thought that like we weren't crazy about the first response last week. The second response, we were just like, absolutely not. So I thought maybe they just got it off the mark. But this first question is enough for me to just be like, this is why you don't have it. And I'm comfortable with voicing my opinion on a podcast syndicated to the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is gross. Really, can we just put this on our do not touch list? In fact, the first one on our do not touch list, never listen to list, never read list.
Yeah.
Don't go back to list.
Absolutely.
I have nothing else to add to this, but fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
That was
and
awful.
We didn't even see eye to eye with the response of the with our responses.
At least we could empathize with each other a little bit.
Right. Where it's like, hey, I agree with this part, not so much this part, but I agree. Like, is what it is. This was full blown ignorance.
Yeah. To the billionth degree. I just can't. I won't dissect this response anymore. Other than I don't agree with that.
Fucking Cary.
At this point, you're better off trusting your instincts.
I hope he looks like his little fucking
tiny little avatar. Bitch.
Yeah. The little cartoon on his fucking thing. You know he looks like this.
He sure does. So we went offline a little bit and talked more about this. And we could keep going.
Oh my God, for days.
We could keep going. because we're like trying to be compassionate with one another, trying to make the other one kind of understand where we're coming from. And it's like,
also 20 years of friendship is significantly different than like I've known you for a year
than
or
a friend.
Yeah.
You're my sister. This is a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so that's a whole other story, but like, I don't know. I feel like that's a whole episode.
We like agree again, even though we like argue
even though we
through our agreements.
It's just so delicate. But I guess that's where we can agree too. It's like there's so much to consider. Yeah. I don't know. That's 20 something years of friendship versus someone I just met and bonded with over my child's medical issues. I don't like this medical advice shit. I'm just going to be frank about that. Went to you for medical advice. You're not a doctor. You've just experienced what I've experienced.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yes. Oh, for the bond. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I just don't like the words medical advice. I'm actually just being frank.
I take so much medical advice from like Shailene. You know what I mean? Like things that I'm like, oh, she's fine. Shailene's like, yeah, but I'd call the doctor. And I'm like, okay, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm thinking medical advice like something significant. When someone says medical advice, I'm like, oh, your doctor told you that there was cancer. I know that's not
so
realistic.
My kid also has cancer because you're.
But when I hear that, it feels a lot more grave
important.
than but I digress.
Yeah, either way, what we came down to was go with your parental instincts, and the rest just don't talk to your best friend of 20 years about. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, it's total.
We actually came to a really good.
Don't fucking talk to her. She's the best shit that ever happened to. It's just like
cheers.
She's shit.
Fuck you.
Next.
My secret condom use. Yes,
could you avoid it until I wasn't sipping?
No, that's my payback for you having your own opinions.
I hate having a mind for myself.
Disagreed with mine. But we disagree with mine.
We'll always agree that men are trash, and let's just take comfort in that.
This was 2013.
Oh, okay.
April
I thought we were
2nd,
more progressive.
So not April Fools. My secret condom use. My girlfriend didn't know I was using condoms, even though she was taking birth control. Then all hell broke loose.
She didn't know you were using condoms?
Correct. Even though she was on birth control.
Talk after.
Dear Cary, exactly 2 years ago, my mother died. I went to the hometown to take care of things, and then my girlfriend joined me for the funeral. She acted her part great, but there was something in the air. After the ceremony, we went home, and as I got undressed and lay on the bed, I was thinking, now I can fall apart and cry and mourn. In that exact moment, my girlfriend approached me and said that when she was preparing to travel to the funeral, she found an unopened box of condoms. She was on the pill. I used them for hygienic purposes in our lovemaking that she didn't know about, and she expects me to explain it.
I'm sorry, what are hygienic purposes?
He thinks she's dirty?
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
What else would it be?
What's hygienic? Like
that's like I think my boyfriend's dirty, so I'm gonna make him put on condoms, only in reverse. I think my girlfriend's dirty. Maybe she has a scent to her.
A scent?
Women have scents. We have many scents.
Yeah, no.
So maybe that's what I'm saying.
Been there, left that.
Okay, you took a very different approach than condoms. You just all together was like, nope. I'll do this.
And this is how you forgive your best friend for a different perspective.
Not a vagina that has its own sense.
Listen, I could have had a butthole back then too. Clearly I'm not after a scent.
You only like your drinks dirty.
Is his name Martini?
His name is whatever you want it to be.
Can you keep reading? I can't stand you.
The next 3 hours is a blur. I finally managed to ease her concerns, but the moment for mourning was lost, and I can't get over it. My relationship with my mother was a difficult one. Lately, I had thought of her as the always demanding monster who took away the best years of my life. And the moment the monster died, when I was to be free at last, another one took its place and presented her demons. I didn't cheat on my girlfriend, but it was this moment I felt that sacrifice on my part was wasted. And I still, 2 years later, cannot get over it. It was the moment I expected support and expression of caring, and it is in my book Inhuman to not allow someone to mourn his mother, even if she was a monster. My girlfriend acknowledged and apologized to me for making my distress worse, but never acknowledged understanding that what she did was wrong. She just wanted her question answered with no regard to the circumstances. When my girlfriend's father died, I gave her all the support she needed, and with lots of effort, I support her life and business activities. But there were also other occasions when I needed some plain emotional support from her as I was distressed by something. Business failed, family fight, etc. And instead, I got attacked to the point of rage, screaming, throwing things around, crying insults. She becomes uneasy when I express any weakness at all. Is it wrong to expect support from your loved ones? Is it foolish? Stupid? I don't know what to do. The distressed one.
Huh? There was so much.
On to the question.
There was which one?
Right.
I'm trying to follow all of it. So mom passed. She was a monster, but that is not relevant here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so let's never touch that again.
Yep.
And girlfriend found that she was being duped, double duped by her own dupe and his dupe when she was being duped. So she was asking, maybe out of distrust and
I'd assume, are you cheating on me?
Right.
Why do you have a box of condoms?
Right.
Because I'm not aware that you use condoms because you think I'm a dirty girl.
right. So did he write this question so that he can show her and be like, see, I'm not cheating on you? But I digress. That is a different perspective.
I was going to say it's still fair.
And also a different question.
Yes.
Okay. And she apologized for being insensitive.
But didn't acknowledge that she was wrong, which I
get and don't.
Right.
Well, I know.
Right.
I get. No,
but
I don't know.
It's hand in hand.
Yes. As in, like, I'm sorry, but.
Wrong timing.
Right.
I'm not sorry for my question because this is how I feel.
I feel this
But I'm
way.
acknowledging that, yes, I could have waited.
And let's talk about this later.
When you're done mourning, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll pencil it in.
We're done then? We answered the question.
Is it wrong to expect support from your loved ones? Is it foolish? Stupid? I don't know what to do.
It's not wrong, foolish, or stupid to expect that support. However,
Thank you.
people read situations differently.
Especially if it's like you never liked your mom.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't close.
Yep.
I'm assuming this isn't as traumatic for you as it in fact is.
Mm-hmm. A lot of this reads like, I need to show you that I was right, so I'm going to write to an advice columnist so that I have a record that I was right.
So I can rub it in your face. Like even Cary.
Yeah. I don't want to go beyond the question.
Even
But
Cary
this is all
says
too convenient.
you are shitty.
Yeah. Watch Cary be like, no, you're good.
Get a new girlfriend who
Right.
isn't so self-absorbed and selfish. We love Cary.
It's only that convenient to me because it's like right as I was trying to grieve, she came up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like grieving is that conscious. I feel like, yes, we grieve. It is a part of life. It is who we are as human beings. But I also don't think like we time grieving. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a part of that I'm just being honest, motherfuckers. This is the theme of today. I just feel like he wrote this to kind of cover himself.
I agree.
Uh-huh.
But this was right after the ceremony.
Yes.
So
yes. That's my butt.
That's shit timing.
Yeah, that's my butt.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just the way that he, that's why I made a specific, I made it a point to point out that it was like, oh, at that moment that she came to you, you were trying to grieve.
Yeah, I think that whole day is off limits.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's just the wording of it. Just the way that it's worded.
Yeah, I came home and got undressed and laid in bed to grieve.
I was ready to cry, but then when I was going to cry.
Yeah. Right after I took my pants off to cry. She asked me about this box of condoms.
Fuck you.
Well, that's what you were saying. That's what we were saying. That's what we were saying. After the ceremony, we went home, and as I got undressed and lay on the bed, I was thinking, now I can fall apart and cry and mourn. I wasn't wrong.
I don't think so. I have been laughing this whole time. Listen, you've said a lot of funny things in my life. This might be my favorite.
But never took my pants off to cry, which is ironic, because how many times have I took my pants off to cry?
Right. I've actually never, to be fair, I've taken my pants off to cry, but when someone else takes my pants off, I don't cry.
Depends who's taking your pants off.
Okay.
Then we're both crying.
Before we venture into an advice column, we're not ready to.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say.
So our answer?
Well, it's just like, yes, it's not, she should have been more sensitive to it.
But she acknowledged that.
And
the writer
acknowledging that you're wrong, I feel like that's what that was.
Still, 2 years later, cannot get over it.
2 years?
2 years later.
2 years?
And still, 2 years later, cannot get over it. It was the moment I expected support and expression of caring. And it is, in my book, inhuman to not allow someone to mourn his mother, even if she was a monster.
Hold on, motherfucker. We are at where we're at, and we try to meet people where they're at. So that means whatever you've verbalized, whatever you've made vocal in this world is what we're following. We're not psychics. We're not fortune tellers. We're not magic fucking people who are going to sit there and talk to little people that are gearing every move in your head. And so if she thought you hated your mother and you just went to respect whatever your family, etc.,
if you did not seem distraught at the funeral or ceremony, whatever it was, then our human assumption is that you're okay.
Because we take things for face value as humans. And
also, she's obviously like me, where I'm not sleeping on this.
And that's an excuse.
I don't care if your mother just died. I don't care whose funeral it was. We're talking about this box of unopened condoms. Okay? And later, yes, I will tell you, yeah, that was sucky timing. However,
I'm right. But it's not a right or wrong thing.
It's not. She acknowledged.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. It was shitty timing. It was poor timing.
It was terrible timing. And maybe she could have waited, and maybe she can still wait. But if 2 years later is too
long,
it's way too fucking long. How do you go 2 years without bringing shit up? Can we go there first? What's the assumption here?
I finally managed to ease her concerns, but the moment for mourning was lost, and I can't get over it.
The moment for mourning was lost?
2 years later, he's talking about when she confronted him right after the ceremony.
The moment for mourning was lost?
Yes, because he came home and took his pants off because he was ready to cry.
Yes. You assigned a moment to get over your mom's death?
Yes. And now it's your girlfriend's fault that you did not properly mourn because she didn't wait or know or think that this was a mourning.
Projection, transference of anger, denial,
blame.
It sounds like you're mourning to me.
Sounds like you want to be.
You're looking for an excuse to be out of a relationship with this person.
Or like hold it against her. You want to punish her.
Yeah.
You just want to keep punishing her.
Yeah.
Which.
To not be with her.
Could be for many things.
Or because you have so many mommy issues.
Maybe when
because you're so angry with mom still.
Yeah, mom was a monster.
So she's a monster because she's a female.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm done. I have psychoanalyzed this.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Great.
Yeah. To answer the question, is it wrong to expect support from your loved ones? Is it foolish, stupid? No. However.
Okay, good.
If your girlfriend has acknowledged, yes, that was not proper timing and I could have waited, even though she didn't.
Oh, you're not reading the response right now?
No, I'm giving our like, yes. Overall.
I was like, great, Cary, finally.
No, this is me and Biff summed up.
Oh, Biff City, bitch. Biff City, bitch.
It looks like you're just looking to punish your girlfriend for whatever benefit you're getting from it.
Yep. There's some sort of gratification in that instant
that you're getting,
that you are
from when you keep continuing bringing it up, punishing her,
or maybe you just
holding it against her,
have a feeling against women, and because she's because you see this is not like new, but it's like a vendetta almost against a class of people.
You want to.
You want to blame these people, offended. And so you blame the closest person to you in that. I'm not wrong, right? It's not far off.
No, you're not far off.
It's gross, but I also want to say that we're not totally innocent from that either.
Probably not.
As humans, yeah.
Dear distressed one, when your girlfriend found the open box of condoms, she was upset. She knew it had to mean something, but she felt she couldn't ask you about it because your mother had just died. So she kept it to herself.
Wait, hold on. There's two hold-ons here. Can I give you hold-on number one?
Yeah.
Was it open or unopened? I thought I heard unopened box of condoms at first.
She found an opened box of condoms.
Okay. Not that it really matters.
It matters for the girlfriend. Actually, no, don't. Opened, unopened. You're either cheating or about to cheat.
I mean, in relation to his reaction. Mm-hmm. Not that it matters. And
opened.
The second hold on, I'm going to hold on to because I don't remember what it was.
She knew it had to mean something, but she felt she couldn't ask you about it because your mother had just died.
That's it. That was my other second hold on was I couldn't ask you about it because your mom died. So I wait until
after your mom died.
Funeral.
So she probably found it in the morning of, maybe.
Either way, she didn't really wait. I don't know. I'm just looking for any excuse to prove Cary wrong at this point. I'm just going to be honest. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut, I promise.
She attended the funeral with you, holding the secret all through the ceremony. Only when you were home together did she ask you about it. It probably seemed to her that she was picking the right time, but to you, it was absolutely the worst time. Thus occurred an emotional perfect storm. Many issues collided, and it was more than you could handle. Your mother's body, your own procreative capacity, your attempts to control your own fertility, your mother's death, your girlfriend's presence at your mother's funeral, your attempts to secretly prevent the transmission of disease, your difficult but successful sexual fidelity to her doubts about your fidelity. All these issues.
Can you stop saying fidelity?
Came together at a time when you were uniquely vulnerable, exhausted, and grieving. As I say, it was an emotional perfect storm. There is beauty in such explosive moments because they make visible so many interconnected issues. They serve as signposts that it's time to look at our lives and change. I really suggest that you and your girlfriend begin working with a psychotherapist to see how each of you has a childhood that is being expressed in the present in the relationship. You two can understand what happened, but it will take work. It will require you to do the kind of work that eventually results in a change of outlook and new insights. Nothing can substitute for the required work. It is not something someone can just tell you. You will have to actually go through a process. The result of that process will be that you will suddenly have a new way of seeing your girlfriend, and you will feel that you understand why this happened. What does a child do when the mother acts like a monster? He makes her into some unreal figure. It can't be his mother treating him like this because his mother loves him and he loves his mother. But then in adult life, we find ourselves dealing with the pain of relationships by imagining that people are monsters. They're not monsters. They're just frail, flawed human beings doing their best. People are limited in their ability to understand the suffering of others. They can't read our minds, and we are limited in our ability to forgive. But we have to keep trying to understand others, trying to forgive. You're mad.
Actually, I am, but not for the reasons that you would expect or that I would expect. Because I don't hate all of that response.
Right.
But I also don't think that this might be one thing that requires couples counseling. Although I don't think couples counseling is ever a bad idea either.
Agreed. But I think he needs the counseling. The fact that his girlfriend can acknowledge, yes, that probably was shitty timing, and that's still not acceptable to him. And it's still 2 years later.
Yep.
Something he can keep. Well, she acknowledged it, but she didn't acknowledge that she was wrong.
Yep.
Like, that's first of all the same thing.
But I think that expectation is unrealistic. To expect someone to acknowledge that they're wrong. If a person acknowledges where they're at and it's in line to your
right,
feeling,
we can agree that it was probably not the right timing.
And that's it.
That does not make me wrong.
Right. It's like telling me to this is how you should feel.
This is how you handle.
And when you should feel.
This is how you handle what you feel.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You don't get to dictate that.
You can feel how you want to feel, but this is how you should handle it.
Yep. I say kick them while they're down. I'm just kidding.
Well, according to him, she did.
Just
2 years later, he still can't get over it.
It's a lot. It's such a heavy burden, first of all, to be in that position, right?
For him.
For both of them.
You want
But I mean, for her, it's such a heavy burden. And then to hold on to that. And again, we didn't establish how long it was before she established that she could have waited to talk about this.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think we know when she found the.
It doesn't matter. She did it. That is acknowledging that she was wrong. I think you want to hear her say, I was wrong.
I think you just want to punish her.
Yep.
Because I think even if she said I was wrong,
it wouldn't be enough.
It would not matter.
I feel like I agree with you. I mean, I don't feel like that. I mean, I do agree with you. I don't know if you know this.
I understand.
But occasionally we're on the same.
Sometimes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am not going to mansplain feelings to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. This is a lot. But I don't hate that. This is the first answer.
I was going to say, it was the first human response of Cary.
We still won't do you again.
No.
I can't in good conscience
1 out
push
of
your shit.
6. Anyways, this response was more of a advice columnist response that we would typically read.
Yeah. But more succinctly, more forward, more precisely, you need to seek some help within yourself.
You should write advice columnists for advice.
Abby, Kiki, Amy, Prudy,
or
the urban Democrat or diplomat.
See if Rachel is taking new clients.
Oh my! Listen, no, fuck you. I'm in line first.
I'm right behind you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think that's all we're going to do for
Yeah, we're not
Cary.
fucking touching. I can't carry any more of this. I had to.
You did there.
Sorry.
I see what you did there.
I'm sorry for sounding like a constipated valley girl. Guys, we have to go eat. So we're going to say that this is it for this week. Clearly, we can't. What I find magnificent about Cary is that we can only do 2 per episode.
Oh my God. I know. That's like once
So we
in a
can
while.
disagree.
I know.
This is twice in a while now. But if you want to hear from our more psychologically sound perspectives, if you will, even if we disagree, send us your questions, your comments, and all of your concerns to illadvisedthepodcast@gmail.com or catch all of our show notes and all of our episodes at illadvisedthepodcast.com.
Also, for our social media lovers, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at illadvisedthepodcast.
You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Everything about you is absolutely specifically gorgeous.
Your feelings are never wrong.
And don't listen to Cary. And thank you for listening.
You've been ill-advised.